Good morning everybody and welcome to another episode of FortressCraft Evolved live streaming. We've got some Nightbot testing going on today, so my apologies for those people that come in the room and suddenly can't do things. I've only had live streaming. We've got okay. Again, it's early in the morning. I forgot to turn off the bloody sound, so you will get a little bit of a repeat there. So yeah, we're testing out Nightbots down on the live channel, and we are just going to see how it goes. As normal, you know, we do a 2-hour split. We go downtime for 10 minutes so I can export the video to YouTube, because obviously until I get a lot more people joining and subscribing, and I can get a subscribe button and stuff like that, YouTube is where I make my money. Okay, we don't make much, but you know, every penny counts. So let's see, where were we, what were we doing? I believe we were doing the power for the for connecting the new iron line. Now the new iron line obviously is a new iron line, makes sense, because we ran out of iron. We also ran out of lithium. Okay, so we are trying to keep this as straight as possible. Not sure where it's ended up here. This is actually, whoa, come on, get off, let me see. This is actually where the power line is going to be going, and we're going to be ending its let's see, here, and that's on the wrong side. Of course it has to be on the wrong side, doesn't it? So we have to put the power cube here, so that power should hit here, no, it's not going to hit there. So what we need to do is we need to take that off, and we need to put a block like that, so we can now get the power to hit. Okay, so there we go, we got power going there, and obviously we're going to have to take this wall out. Now this here that you're seeing here, this is our main shaft. Okay, so if we set anything up that's set up in here, if we've got a digger, will be wiped out. But because I've already done this and stuff like that, then you know it's not too bad. I've got bits and pieces going on, and we can just see how everything's going. So hi to everybody that's just come in the room. If you haven't just come in the room, then come join us in the room. We'll be going out today, just going to be waiting until the shops come up, so I might do 1 or 2 streams. I am possibly going to be doing a different game today. It all depends how much we get today from the interests from people, because obviously I do like doing Farming Simulator 2015 as well. Okay, so what we're going to be looking to do here, this is our line. Okay, this is where we get our power. Now it's going to be easy enough to do, in the sense that we need to put a power block on here, Control and M and X to turn the music off, and basically we don't have that because we haven't got our power set up, because what we've done is we put the power cube here. Now that's not too much of a problem because power isn't really wasted. Okay, I don't know where the laser's gone. I should have had enough lasers to go all the way through this. Now I'm understanding that this one is too high here, but we can put the power cube over the top, and of course the iron's going to be coming up there, and we won't have to worry about that. So we're going to need another laser to get it started. I thought I had enough lasers, obviously I didn't, but you can see this was the first effort I did of doing a mining shaft down, and this was where we was working back up as well. Oh, really, that's a bit low. I do want to work on the base today. Not going to be worried too much about those. We are going to be checking these. These have now clear. This I'm happy with now. But we are blocked here, look. Okay, we are blocked. So we do need to go to the tin level. Okay, and we do need to go and clear our tin line. So we're just going to go and take this. We're going to be working on the tin line mainly today, unless obviously anything else comes in that needs to be done. We just need to go back and have a look at these, and we can see now that this line is now clearing, and it's just gonna take a little bit of time to get up. You can make that actually go quicker if you just go to the back here and then you just take that out. Okay, it just clears it. You can see it goes straight in, and then these robotics will just go and take it. Not sure if there's been an update on this because that doesn't look like tin. I know it's tin because it's a tin line, but not sure what colour tin is. I would have much preferred it to have been a kind of yellowish colour, but then I'm slightly colourblind, so it doesn't really matter. But the bars do look kind of nice. They are nice graphics, you know. So it'll be nice to see how gold and all that stuff look like when we got that all going. We will have to do a major redesign when we do this, only up to the point of getting this centre in a bit more centre. Okay, because we don't want this lagging too much. We can put a third one down, but let's go back and do what we're going to be doing. So we need a laser. Okay, and we need a laser there, and I always try and keep a storage power going, so you don't. I'm going to take a spare one, so I've got one. No, we don't need another one. Now remember, we are using a fusion drill on this, and we do need to go down the main stairs and get down to the iron level with where we are, without having to go down the main centre shaft. Now this is going to be a little bit awkward for me because I can't remember what level it is. This kind of seems, oh, here we are. This should be our iron level. Okay, and we can see it's a little bit off, so we might need to add a bit here just to make it a little bit wider for us, so we can see just where we're going. Okay, and obviously we're going to need to put light down here because we just cannot see down here at the moment. Normally I'll just stick it on the ceiling just to give us a little bit of light. You don't need too much light down here. There's no mobs that spawn in light or dark areas because we just don't have any mobs at the moment. Now we look down here, that is also another area that we can consider looking at. I'm not too sure what that ore is. Let's see what it is. Okay, so that's tin. Now the deeper you go, if I understand it correctly, the deeper you go, the more bigger the deposits. Good morning, ISO. How are you today? So yeah, it can be very advantage to use to go down deep. Okay, so we might even go cave diving today, just to go and have a look at just how big some of these caves can get, and they can get pretty big. So it will be one of those where we're going to say, oh my god. Well, for £1, $1.50 to $2, that's not too bad if you've got that money to spare. But obviously, if you haven't got that money to spare, then that's you know, still a little bit pricey. Is DJ in the room? I thought we only got one person in the room. I can't really see the updates. Right, so if you remember, we're going through the main channel here. Yeah, and now we are going to go and fire our laser. Okay. Alright, now this will give us a little bit of a problem until we do that. Okay. And obviously we're going to want to walk around. So we're going to want to put not a walkway as such, because I don't really want too much of a walkway here, because it's not intended to be for that purpose. Now we haven't got power on this at the moment because obviously we are just building it. So because we're doing a direct power link, you can now see there it's going. Now this is a fusion drill motor, and the reason we got a fusion drill motor on here is because we just basically you just got paid 6k. How did you get paid 6k? Is that from your job? So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be putting down the what's the name line. Now obviously a lot of you are going to say, well, why don't you use Auto Builder? I'm not impressed with Auto Builder. You need to power it, and by the time that I've set it all up and powered it, I could have just gone and done it, you know. It's just one of those things that bugs me if I've got to do it myself. Got to power it. I like the machine to be not let's see, not too much hassle if I'm setting up the device. Yeah, what would have been nice was if the auto builder was, let's say you could put the auto builder right next to, not where the hopper is, but say where the power cube is, right underneath it, and then it go. But then that means I can't start drilling straight away, and I like to start drilling straight away and getting the auto build. And it only goes 64, and I'm not happy with just going 64, because if I want to put 100 in, yeah, the hopper holds 100. I want it to go 100. I don't want it to go 64. You know, I can always take off what I don't want. But I suppose we'll have to have a look at it in the end, just to see how it goes and make sure everything is working right on it. Now that's going the wrong way, you see there. Now this is what you've got to watch. You need to take out 3 high, wherever you are, wherever you're building, because sometimes you just need to jump up. And of course, auto builder can't go around corners, whereas I can. Oh right, you get paid biannually. What job is it you do, I say? Now I'm hoping we got enough conveyor belts here to get us going. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. If you've signed an NDA, then you know, don't worry about it. I work for a cake company, so I get free cake. Right. So obviously we didn't have enough. So we're gonna have to go and make some more. Okay, we are testing. Yeah, I work for Mr. Kipling Cakes. I don't know if you've heard of those wherever you are, because I don't even know where you are from. I think you're from the States. Not too sure though. I don't really pay attention to stuff like that. I let all my moderators do all that sort of stuff. And now you can see that we're clear. This is how you want to keep this. If this is full or starting to get full, then you know that something is wrong. Okay. And what we can do now is we can actually go to this one here and this one here, and these, and we can take these off, okay, because those are not required, because like I said, this should be empty. If this is not empty, then you've got a problem. So there's lots of little visual bits and pieces that you can do just to remind yourself. Well, if that's full, why is that full? What is the problem? Okay, you're from the States, yeah. Well, I'm from England, as obviously you know. Now, we are running the Nightbot. It should say either after 10 minutes or after, let's see, after 25 comments, Nightbot should do a message. Should do. Not going to guarantee that it's going to. And that will be enough for our conveyors. Now obviously when we get all this bits and pieces in, our main building that we're building is not big enough, okay, because we need to reassess where we've got our copper. We need to rebuild that. I want to rebuild the lab, so it's like all kind of one conveyor belt, and we can get everything going. Now obviously this is going to take a little bit of a while, but this is why when I've been learning FortressCraft was I used to merge my lines, okay, and what I was finding was when I used to merge my lines, and what I mean by that, this is a merged line, or looks like a merged line, but in actual fact it's not. It's a dedicated line. Now what a merged line is when it goes to a hopper and then it splits off into three. So I could technically, for my fusion, yeah, put a hopper here, put another line going straight up there, yeah, and have it go three straight up, yeah, right, but we don't need it because I found a dedicated line for each. You'll only need 8, maybe 10, I don't know, and we find that much more better than having the lines mixed, where you have mixed ore coming on the line, because you can also say, well, okay, we've got this ore coming in, it's not working properly, and you know, what's wrong with it. Now you see I can't get around here now, so what we need to do is I'm going to want to take these blocks off here because I kind of don't like them, but I've got to be careful. Because it's nice if it's done correctly. I do like things to be done sort of, for me, correct. I must say for me correct, not for anyone else, because everybody else might say, well, that's not correct. I want it supported. I don't want to see it without support, like, you know. It was just when I was building a bridge, I thought, well, you know, it's got to be done, it's got to be made to look right. So again, we can just put a torch down here so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so we don't need to go all the way over, but I'm just going to take it to the end here, because I do run out of building blocks and stuff to recycle, and we just, well, no, we don't want that. We want a building block. We just put that there. Okay, so you can now see that we can go all the way down here, and we can fill in all this if we wanted to. We don't have to, but you can see that this is already, you can see that with a fusion reactor drill, fusion reactor, flipping out, a fusion drill motor that what is it? It's already full. Okay, it's not quick enough, so we need to put down here, right? And this is where you've got to get the setup reasonably correct. And I'm working on that because I might have got this slightly wrong. Is you need to have what is it? A matter transfer. So what matter transfer is? It's going to go on this line here. Okay, so we need to take these out. These can't be in. These they can go in, but you need to make sure that they're on the third level up. Okay, so obviously we're going to want a light here. Okay, and then you just dig this out, just so if you wanted some light you could put some light up here. Now we've got light there, and we'll then take that one off. Whoops. This is why you always carry coal around with you. Now you can see now that this point here, this is where the next hopper's going to be, and it's going to shoot to there. So what we're going to do is we're going to preemptive this matter transfer, and we're going to put a hopper there. Okay, so that's not broken the line or anything, that's just told us that we are from there to there. We're going to whack in a matter transfer. So that is the next thing that we're going to be doing, is right here we're going to be putting a matter transfer. Now how are we going to power it? This is the next thing. Now this power will come from the same sort of source, but not. We're going to show you how to do that today, because we're going to split a laser, because this is what we put our main, I hate it when a block doesn't disappear, like, you know. This is what we're putting our main power lines down for. Okay. So again, we're just going to put a line here. Okay, so the main power lines are these. These are at the moment only 4. There will be 9 of them coming off here. And you can say, well, why 9? And basically there's 8, so you've got 1 spare in the middle, and the middle one's going to be 5,000 watts, so you've got 5,000 watts coming the middle all the time. Okay, so how are we going to get there? Well, basically all we're going to do is we're going to cross over to here. I'm going to say, right, this is sort of the middle. I think it's going to be around there. We're just going to go there until I say, right, okay, yeah, is that about right? That's about right. And then the next block that we place should break the laser. Should break it. If it doesn't break it, then we're in the wrong place. And you can see that we are in the wrong place. But when we do this, we are in the right place. Now that's a broken laser, or should be a broken laser. There you go, you can see it's broke, yeah. So we know now that this laser here is broke, so that's what we want. So our power for a matter transfer is going to come here. But as you can see, we do have the space, so we're going to need 1 power cube, one laser, one power cube, one laser. So 2 power cubes, 2 lasers. And again, like I said, it hasn't done all of this. Okay, so we can do quite a lot of stuff on here if we wanted to, but we're gonna have a chat with DJ when it comes on and say, hey look, the auto builder is not doing 25, sorry, it's not doing 64. Can you change it so it's 60? Now the reason why I'm going to recommend 60 is so that when you go down and you dig 64, which is your laser length, it gives you a block of 4 to put in your lasers and power grids and stuff. So when it builds up, it leaves you with a tiny little floor, and you're not going to take out all your power stuff, because if you miscalculate it, yeah, it's going to wipe out all of your stuff and bits and pieces that you put on the top. Okay, so it's one of those where you've got to be kind of careful as well. So yeah, we were I might move the power plant, not the power plant, the manufacturing plant out of this room. Okay, because it's a little bit tedious here, to be honest. But there again, I do want it for to make an item as well. So the first thing is we're going to want 2 of these, and we can't craft 2 of those because we haven't got it. So we're going to craft 2 of these. Okay, and we're going to want some more copper. Now copper is absolutely in high demand. It's still in high demand. Okay, but yeah, what we're going to want to be doing is we're going to want to kind of automate this. I want this to come out a little bit, but I'm not too fussed about it being on a turntable or anything like that, because I know that we're going to get this, and what this is going to do is it's constantly going to make me my production for tin plates. Now tin plates are vastly required for mass storage, and we only have 52 there. So what we're going to be doing is, so we don't fill this, I don't know if I've got one on me, and that's an auto is a table. Yes, we have. So we're going to take this out, okay, and we're going to put in the table. Now what the auto table is going to do is it's going to say, right, okay, you can go in here because we're full here. Okay, so if I took these out, okay, it's now going to do 1 for 1. Okay, nice little thing. Really is quite nifty. And this is also where it's going to split off now as well to our secondary line, which is going to be the start of our build. Okay, so we're going to put that there, so we start splitting that, because this is all a small backup, so it's always going to hold that. This one is going to be where we make the coils and the machines and stuff like that, so we'll get that going. This one is going to be the secondary coil machine, okay, where it makes the secondary pods, because you're going to need some labs, and if need be, if this gets jammed up too much, which it shouldn't do, yeah, we will we can put in a bigger off the side here, extended let's see, multi mass storage unit. Okay, so there is method to my madness. I do try and keep everything going, running to and from and getting it going. So you can see we've got 11 in there, and we can see we've got 29 in there. Now again, we've got a little bit of power in here. We don't use much on this. This is just one of the ones that I'll just top up, yeah. Obviously it may need power, because you can see that it does fluctuate and it does do power. Now when we come to making more complicated things like these, you're going to need 2 bits. Now, are we going to be using them, or are we going to be wanting them? But to make something like say K1 robot, it's really, do you want something, or say something like this? I mean, it's quite complicated. You've got iron gear, servo motor, copper wire. You need all of those in, but you don't need so many of those. The other one that I'm thinking of is if I can find it. It's a laboratory component. So you're going to need basic experimental pods, which is with the lab downstairs, by the way. Yeah. So again, we're going to have to extend it if we want to build extra labs. Yeah, because the basic experimental pod is copper housing and the basic PCB. Okay. And copper housing are made from copper plates, and basic PCBs, we have those right at the end. Yeah, so it's quite complicated to build one of these labs, and we will go over this when we've got our lines in, when we're ready to do that for the next level. So let's get back to our matter transfer, because this is what we want. Now I normally start everything off with conveyor belts anyway until we get down below. So now we are going to want the transfer, which is the matter mover. Okay, and you can see we're only going to probably want maybe one to start off with. Okay, I am going to make 2 actually, because this is where our power supply for the generation is. And you can see it's ticking over here. Yeah, 180%. It's doing quite well. I've got 4 solar panels which I'll put up there. Okay, with 4 250 transfer rates. They can eventually have their own independent power supply up there. Okay, which will be 5,000. So when they're generating and this is full, this can hold another couple of thousands. So using the solar and the turbine together, you don't have to use so much power consumption, because this isn't rotating as fast. So it's not rotating as fast, it's not generating as much power, because you don't need as much power. Right, so we're going to be yeah, we don't need to come down here. This is just to have a look at the window. We now got down there. We don't need to go down this part anymore, so we can block this off. If I've got the right window, that is. I don't think yeah, there we have. So we can take a look down there. It looks nice, everything's going nice. But again, once we've got all the lasers and we've got it all set, we will build another set of 250s down. Okay, but in the middle we're going to build 5,000s. And I always use coal for my drill heads, because you don't need anything else, not required, and it gives you something else to do, something to not to manage, but to just look at and say it's separate. The way that I look at this game is that you need all three. Okay, you need coal, you need the turbine, and you need the did I get all the bits and pieces I wanted? I wanted 2 lasers, didn't I? I wanted 2 lasers and two hubs. So with me waffling off, I didn't build all my bits, did I? So we'll do that, and yeah, we'll go to the power storage. So we need another power storage block, so we'll craft that, and we've got our 2 lasers, so that's okay there. Okay, now like I said, I always start off with the 250s because it gives you, it's cheap, and you can see the connection that you require. If you start putting in 1/500s and 5,000s and you haven't got it set right, then again it's gonna start coming costly. Okay, so you've got to be kind of careful what you put in, where you put it, and how much you want to spend on it. Okay, so now that we're on here, okay, the first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting in our mover. Okay, so this is going to be on, is it on this line? Yeah, put it on this line. Okay, because obviously it's a separate bit. So the matter mover is going to go there, and you can see that it's got no power to it. So this is one of them of where do we put the power. Now I need to place it that way. Normally I go underneath, and I still might go underneath yet, because it's just easier than probably putting it at the side. But we did make it to go at the side, so let's get this power block placed. that now should be placed at the right level, and that laser should hit. Yeah. Now we are going to need, I should have brought 3 lasers, a laser down, okay, so that carries on the power supply down. We're going to need a laser that way. Yeah, I should have brought 3. I forgot about the laser going down. And then we're going to need our power supply there, okay, and then we're going to need our power supply here. And again, I forgot to do that one, so we can see that we need 2. Now we could split off the power here for the drill, and I'm tempted to do it. Because the power and the power there, not sure if it's going to work. I'm just going to do the normal setup first before I decide whether I'm going to do that, because this actual fact I am going to do it, okay, so I'm going to do it, so we should be able to do it. We do have enough power coming down here, and if we don't, we can always build it back. So we got that one there, yeah, and we've got we're going to have the power core there. Take that off, take that off, take that off. Now the head for the drill is going to go here. I'm going to put that in there, and then you can see that's powering that one straight away, yeah, and then we are going to put in the hopper here. Now the hopper, that should be transferring there, okay. Now we can see that we're possibly not going to have enough power coming for this, because it's just straining too much. Let's see how that goes. But this is now where we can say, right, okay, we are going to need more, or are we? Let's take these off. There you go with the matter transfer, look. So we can see we've got only one ore there. That is a little bit too empty for me. I kind of like it, so it's full. I want to see the power of this. Ore extra power is, it's a little bit weak, so you can see that it's just a bit too weak for us. We are running off the main line, so what we might possibly need is this to be a T2 and this to be a blue one, or what we could also try and do is, until we get the T2, is we can take that off, yeah. And take these off. And we can take that off. So we're kind of now discontinuing the main power supply for the ore, but saying that, we can go totally the wrong way. Saying that, we can temporarily, did I get another power core? Yeah, I did get another power core. Put the power core on top there. Now if you do that, remember, you must break the line, you must break the power line. Even though it looks like it's filling up, yeah, it's not going to do it, because it's powering the bottom one, then it's putting it back into the top, yeah. Okay, so now that we've got that sorted out, that's going to give us more power. Just want to go and double check this to make sure it's still going okay. Yeah, you can see it's not working, it's not having it. So we need to get the double link in here until we can get a much more better system going. So I didn't want it like that. Okay, so we're gonna have to do so I just now need two more power cores. Okay, so let's go down and again go and get the 250s. Amazing, it's like a rabbit warren. So yeah, we've got 10 plates there. And you can see, look, it stopped because it's full up, yeah. Okay. So we're going to get 1, 2 of those. So just me and you in the room again, ISO. I do need to dig out that roof there because it's just so slow. and I've gone down too far. And I've ended in there. Right, so yeah, went too far, you see. A little bit of lag there. Right, so obviously what we're going to be doing here now is we're going to put that power cube in there. That's going to start filling up, yeah. Hopefully this is going to start filling up as well. So if we can see though it's a bit low, we can say, right, why are we a bit low? What's happening here? So we're going to have to go and check our power supply upstairs. And we're going to put the other crystal over the top of the drill. Okay. So now the drill's going to get an independent amount. And we're going to give that a few minutes to. So the drill's got really more than an independent amount. It's getting 2. This is getting 2. You can see now that this is getting more. Okay. Not sure if that was transferring anything. So the drill one is working at the top, but the bottom one, the matter one, is not working. So we have a problem here, and we're going to have to go and fix it, because it's just not going to work otherwise. And we don't seem to be having enough power come down from the top, and to be honest we should do. I think this is where I need to decide whether or not we're gonna just slightly redesign the back end here. So we know that's getting enough. So let's put that on there. Oops, not that. Put that on there. Okay. And let's see if that helps out, if that boosts it. I can't get in there to see. Right, I think what we need to take a look at is this power supply here is not getting enough. Okay, so we need to possibly work on the middle power line, which is the 5000 booster. So that's the right. Let's go up. Let's go and have a look. Right, we don't want to go that way. Go down here. We can see that that's working fine, you see, but that, where it comes to that split, it doesn't, it's not working. So this power line, you can see it's going really well, and we're going to see, well, what's coming off it, what, so I have to fall off. So right, we need our crystals, we need our power crystals, I think. We're now not boosting enough out. It could just be that we've not got enough lasers going down. How are we doing on the turbo? Turbo's going okay. I mean, it's putting the wattage out. Biomass. Yep, we've got enough biomass. I can't remember which is the iron line, to be honest. I think it's this one. Break the iron line. As that's not required now. So I'm going to run it off from the main centre line. Let's see whether I've got enough to make the T3. No, I ain't got enough nickel. Again, we ain't got enough fucking copper.
Crafting.
Right. So let's see how we. We need to go down, drop down this one. Okay. Right, so we can see that that's not working there. It's just not getting enough power. So we're going to put that one there, and then we're going to break that line. Okay. So that's getting more power to it then. But that does mean that we're going to have to put in the power cube. Right, is that? Is that linked? No, that's in the wrong place. That's now linked. Let's go and get our bits and pieces that fell down. Right, let's see how that does. Lovely flashing. Okay, so that seems to be a bit better now. Yeah, look, that's going now, look. I've got a yellow. Yeah, it just means that really we can't, until we get T2s, use T1s to power the fusion. Fusion drill head is just too much, but I haven't got another head. It should be just magnetic drill heads. So we're gonna have to go and research the magnetic drill heads, okay, because that is what we're going to be doing. Fusion drill heads require more power. It needs a slightly different setup. It needs blues. Okay, it needs a blue core here, or it needs a blue one here. Doing both of them, I just don't think it's going to be enough. But you can see now that it is working. So the second phase of this, okay, is we can leave this here, or we can put in the matter transfer, the second matter transfer, and basically that is what I want. I do want the second matter transfer in. So we're going to take all of this whoops, nearly fell down there. I should have just left all of this subline in. There we go. I'm going to put the second matter transfer in. which is there, and then this is going to require a laser from there. That's gonna fire that. Now how much have we got in this hopper? 68. Aim at storage less than 64. So it's too far for the... Oh, is it doing it? I think it is. But again, you can see the drain that it's getting from here. So we're going to put another laser here. Just to boost that. I'm going to take that from there and put a core there. It should work once it's got rid of all of this ore. It's because of the fusion drill. I've got a magnetic drill. So I'm going to take this fusion drill out because it is causing us a lot of problems. So we're going to go here and we're going to take the fusion drill out. I'm going to do the magnetic. That's going to use less. So in actual fact I probably won't need that. That's just giving too much power now. There we go. Now I'm going to try and break. I've got 3 on there. So I'm going to break that. Crap. So we're just gonna wait down here. We're just gonna make sure that this runs okay. Right, so you can see the effect that this chaining is having. Okay, because you can see that they're all full. Okay, and I can bring down more here and another laser here and here, so we can get the lasers going, but just don't have enough copper coming in at the moment. And you see we've got 21. 17. And there we go. So we're gonna give this a bit of power. Oh, we can't, we've got to give it there, haven't we? No, we do that there. Let's take these out. Let's get it boosted up. Get it up to power. Right, so now that's going to get boosted up. And you can see it's building a little bit slow. But now all our power cores are powered up. Okay. Yeah, that's 512 and 512s. So what we basically learnt today is if we have a magnetic drill, we can use T2 cubes, okay, which is fine, not a problem, because that does that, okay, and that's only going to be kicking out 4 ore per second, which is 16 ore per minute. Now currently at this point in time that's fine, okay. Because we want this to be set in, we want it to be handled, we want it to be doing it okay. That's alright, okay? Because this is now the iron power level. So obviously, and this is gonna, well, it's instantly emptied, you didn't even see it. Yeah, so we can see that this level here is just for iron, and we can see that this level's going okay. So we won't always need a battery of 9, okay. So it all depends on what level that you are going to get. So, but you do need to keep the consistency of the batteries going down, okay. You do need the power going down. Now I'm not sure we got the battery going down there, no, and we don't need that battery going down there yet. So, whoa, there you go, look, see, it just whacks it straight out, straight in. And so we've got iron now that goes up. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with that setup. So we can go all the way to with T1 lasers. We can go all the way up to the magnetic drill. So again, I want to go and check the turbine, make sure that's okay, make sure everything's working fine there. Turbine's generating, look, yep. Okay, so you can see it's used another canister because the canister's just gone off, look. Yeah. We only have one canister, don't have more than that. So we've now got iron coming in now. Okay. I'm just going to keep an eye on the iron. So you can see that we've now got iron coming in. We've got 87 bars. We've still only got 9 copper bars there. Now this is the copper floor, and this is now where we're going to say, right, we have got power now, and we took power from the iron line, so we can now get rid of this line. We don't need this line now. So that's less on the coal output. Okay, I'm going to leave that there as it is. I'm going to take our space age window off. Well, that's fell down. Fill that in. Now the next one is, as you can see, is lithium. Okay, lithium is the next one. We are powering that there, but we want to set up the same, but again we need another copper line. I think we're going to need another copper line. But we're gonna want to do a bit more research, and that's what I want to do today. Is we've got what's this one? This is tin. Now technically we've got copper at the bottom. Technically this should be the copper. This should be the copper level. So this is going to be redesigned. And I'm glad I've got all the bits and pieces. So how we're going to redesign it is we're going to just put our line here, okay, and then what we're going to be doing is we can see just how far the conveyor belt line goes. So this is going to be ending up being a big building, but who cares? Because we are going to need it, but we are going to slightly have to bend say, right, because we got the 4 layers there. Yeah, we're gonna have to put in a block there and a block there. That's our floor. Okay, because we can't have the lab there, so we're gonna have to say, right, okay, this is coming off, but we need a power source for the lab. Now we don't need a big power source for the lab, so we're going to convert it, and we're going to have all the power line coming out to here, and then we're going to turn it, and the lab's going to go that way, and then underneath that the coal is going to power the lab. So these labs are going to be moved. We're going to be making another line. We're not going to disrupt that line yet because we've got a lot of floor work to do, so we're just going to do that. Okay, so building a floor is quite easy. It's not too bad at all. So you just use the super one, okay, and then we'll just go like so, and there, and we've got a new floor. Now we can see that we've not gone far enough, okay, because that's the end, so we've got to be careful. We're going to want it to say be there. That's slightly one off. Okay, so we'll take that edge off. And this is the edge of the building. Okay, and we're gonna build like so. Because you are going to need a few of these. You're going to need 8 altogether of these, so it's not an easy thing to do. You say, oh well, I only need 1 and I can do that. Yeah, it's not going to be that that easy, I'm afraid. The way the game's been made, it's, yeah, you're going to need a lot more than that. Okay, so this is the edge of our building. We're not going to be doing no more. This is it. This is where we've got to make or break our floors. So we're probably going to end up breaking the floor upstairs, but I'm not too bothered, because this is where we just learn to get a feel for things. We can see our nice solar energy going there as well. And obviously we've got all this room here that we can dig out. So the first thing that we're going to be wanting to do is, if I just drop down here, which I didn't intend to do, is we need our turntable. Okay, so, and our turntable is going to give us 3. Now it's going to give us the 2 lines, and it's going to give us the spare. So let's go and build the turntable. So this is going to be the copper level. No, this is the tin level, sorry. So look at that, and we want a turntable. Okay, and of course again we are out of copper. So copper is in such great demand. I don't know why, I don't know what we're making with it. Well, I do, we're making all the bits and pieces with it, so right. Copper turntable. There we go. So let's go to our copper level, which is this level, and let's take out all of this. Come on, get gone. Okay, so there's a little glitch in the game that the blocks are not disappearing. Okay, it's a little bit slow for some reason. Just not sure why. Right. So we're now gonna break that line. We're not gonna require that line anymore. Okay. Not gonna require this line anymore. Okay, and this is now going across here. I want to take it, let's see, we're going to want a hopper here. Right, this is major lag. I don't know why I'm getting major lag. My computer's probably doing something which I don't want it to do. Right, so hopper here. Okay, and then you've got to go 2 out. You can't put a turntable right on the top of the bit. It just won't let you. Find a turn. So you've got copper turntable. You're gonna have yeah, stop spinning. That one's gonna go off there to your first line of build. Okay, and then this one is going to go off here to your third line to your storage. Okay, so this will be your copper storage here. Okay, and that side, on that side, can be all of the copper storage. Okay, and you can see that each level, these will go up each level, so we're going to have 4 levels high. I'm not sure what the limit is for the height of the world. Okay, so now we're going to go downstairs and we'll say, right, we don't need any of this now, this is all coming off. I wasn't going to actually do it until I got everything sorted, but so the first line that we're going to put in is the plate line. I was just going to get rid of all of that, get rid of all of this. Whoops. That wasn't a machine, I don't mind. So let's clear all that up. Let's see how's this doing. 117. So we are quite using a little bit more of the biomass and stuff now, because we've got 4 matter transferers. So this is where we're going to be using the PTGs to help power this as well, because of the just because transfer. We want to keep this down. Okay, I'm going to keep that down, because if you start using it constantly, then obviously something is wrong. But again, I'm just not too worried at the moment. We've got to move all of this, so all of this is coming out. What have we got on there? Anything? No. So we're going to be breaking all of this. All this is coming off. All of these are coming out. This is real no good anymore. Okay. No. So we've got rid of all of that. So got rid of all of that. We've got a coal line here. Okay, so this coal line here, this is our macerator. Okay, this is a very long coal line. So while we're here, we're gonna get 3 of these. Did we not pick any of the cores up? Or are we full and we lost a lot of stuff? Don't tell me we lost stuff because we are full. Right, that's going to be a very bad glitch. We're going to have to let DJ know about that, because that means I've just lost all this, all this here. I kind of won't be too pleased. Right, let's go and see what we can rescue. Right, let's get this turned and this way. So we picked up one laser. One laser. Damn it. Block. PTG. Right, so do remember that, guys and girls, that if your inventory is full, yeah, you're going to lose what's in there when you come to pick up anything else. Okay, so I suggest you make a little inventory room. Or just get rid of some stuff. So you've got like a bar. Bit annoying that, to be honest. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting an error. We'll have to let it know that it's just doing that, and we'll see what we can do to rectify it. Right. Wonder then if I can do that. Yeah, so we can do that. Okay, so that's not a total loss. So eventually we can make this bigger, so we can start moving down, okay, towards the macerator. Right, I'm going to want the power in, so I'm going to get 2 more lasers. We've got the copper. Finish this off in a minute. So again, now you can see that we've got the 3 power sources working together. Okay, so we've got the coal line, we've got solar, and we've got biomass. So that is technically your power station. Now that's to get everything down, okay, and spread out. So I'm quite happy with that design. I don't know if anyone's got anything better, but yeah, we want to keep this RPM down as much as possible. We want to use as much solar and coal, and just keep this so it ticks over. Yeah. Right, so we're working on the copper level, aren't we? So, which is this level. So now, what is it we need first? So we need to make, I believe we need to make first the the copper, the copper wire. So what's that? Location, auto PCB assembling plant, nickel ore ping, iron plates. That's the stamper. Let's just put that there so we know where it is. Coiler, extrusion. Right, so there's the extrusion, there's the coiler, there's the assembly plant. That's the auto builder. Research assembler. Who gets that one? Right, so we need the extrusion plant, which gives us copper wire. And we need to make the coils. So we need the coiler plant. There we go. And then we need the, is it that one? No, not that one. I'm missing a machine. That one. It hasn't got an icon. Yeah. Two. I'm not going to put anything in there yet because I've got enough of these. And then that goes there. Goes there. Yeah, I don't think I've got it in the right kind of place yet. Right. This needs to go over one. That's the assembly plant. Okay, that's the research assembly plant. Oh, we're going to want one of those in. Those in. Yeah, too much. Right, so we're coming to the end of the episode here. And where's the stamping machine? Okay, so we're gonna find our plates, our stamping plates, 4 copper plates. Okay, so we're gonna put those in there, and these we're gonna put in the PCBs, which is about 90 odd. I think I've got them. Plates, basic PCBs. Oh god, got 104 of them. Okay, basic PCBs. That's power. We still haven't worked out how we're going to get power yet, but we will do. So let's get this now finished off. So, extrusion plant, coiler plant, PC assembler plant, okay, so that's all the line there. And I'm going to run this all the way down. I don't think I'm going to have enough to do this. There. So that's it for this episode. We've rebuilt the copper layer. Okay, that's the first one coming in. We've rebuilt the lines. We've got to put the power in. We've got to put the lab back in. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll be back shortly with another episode where we'll finish off the lab and we will put in the power supply for the PCBs, where it goes up and we can just have one long line feed, and we can just see how that goes. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have fun, stay safe, and we'll see you on the bounce.